Hey, it's Kyle Madson with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Rams beat the Vikings 38-31 last night to kick off Week 4 of the NFL season. The rest of Week 4 gets underway Sunday. The 49ers are on the road against... Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey,
Kyle, it's Friday.
No.
Back to you.
Oh, it's Kyle Madson with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Los Angeles Rams beat the Minnesota Vikings 38-31 last night. The rest of Week 4 starts Sunday with the 49ers on the road against the Los Angeles Chargers, while the Oakland Raiders come home to face the Cleveland Browns. Both kickoffs are at 1 o'clock. The A's and Angels are at it again tonight, and you can listen to that on Sports 1140 with pregame at 6:45 and first pitch at 7:05. And the Rockies last night won while the Dodgers were idle, so Colorado now leads the NL West by a full game going into the last few days of the season. It's 8:02 and time to get to StocktonHonda.com anytime, anywhere.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
I'm not letting you go to work today.
Wait, what?
Everybody, listen up.
Welcome to The Drive.
Morning.
You're gonna talk.
Get on the phone at 339-1140.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Jump in on our text line at 441140.
Everyone is talking about it. You must know that.
The Drive starts now.
Welcome back to the Drive Final Hour. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Say, Kyle, what are the Dodgers doing in Los Angeles? What's that all about? Didn't you mean the Brooklyn Dodgers? Dave Richards. In just a couple moments on the Fire Wings Hotline. 21 different flavors to choose from. Firewings.com. Just wing it. Hey, want to remind all of you guys out there and gals. We got a great contest going on. During breaks, you're going to hear code words to text in. Giving away Blu-ray players and a big old television, thanks to the Home Theater Company, who do fantastic work with us and have done it for years. Well, I found out yesterday we are giving away the grand prize on this very show, Kyle.
Woo!
On Monday, 8:35. We're going to give it away live on the air. We're going to call a bunch of people up. We're going to go to one of them. They're going to be the winner. We're going to hear the fun and excitement. So my favorite things about this job is giving things to people.
I can't wait for us to tell the winner, and they go, wow, cool.
That's great.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. I reserve the right to switch winners.
Yeah,
if they're not
you don't
excited
react
enough.
properly, we're hanging up. And we'll try and find somebody, because there's somebody on the bench who will react properly.
Exactly, and we will bring them up.
It takes no talent to hustle. That's what my coach has always told me.
The Wally Pipp of radio listeners is just waiting to take over for you.
That Lou Gehrig.
Damn it, I knew it as soon as I said it. You know what I mean?
Don't be the Wally Pipp of radio listeners.
Thank you. That.
I think there's people calling in thinking we're giving this away.
Yeah,
Don't
we're not
call
giving
in.
it away.
We're not giving anything away. Stop it.
Stop. No, we said very clearly texting.
Real quick, congratulations to Wood Creek High School for winning our Stockton Honda Game of the Week, our first repeat of the year. They are hosting their conference rival Intercom tonight. Kickoff at 7:15 p.m. Make sure to submit your California Family Fitness Player of the Week at KHTK.com and listen to Friday Night Football, hosted by Charles T. Hamilton
and Matt George.
And most of the time, I get why you would think that, but Matt George is out of town, so we're gonna have guest host Kyle Kile, Madison, presented by Wingstop.
Just wing it. Just wing it. That'll be fun and exciting. My goodness gracious, that'll be very fun and exciting. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We'll get to Dave Richard here in just a second. By the way, I want to bring you a story that I'm seeing online right now.
Is it the Jeopardy proposal?
No, this is interesting. I never count Daryl Morey out of anything. And you're seeing rumors now that he's somehow, some way trying to find a way to get Jimmy Butler to Houston. Highly unlikely. They would have, even if Minnesota would take what they were giving, you'd have to completely deplete your bench. But I've learned not to count out Daryl Morey. He's weird and smart and finds ways to do things. Here's the question. Forget about the bench. Question for you, Kyle, and then we'll get Dave Richard. if the Rockets were to get Jimmy Butler and everyone was to stay healthy, does that make a difference? And by make a difference, I mean, could they beat the Warriors?
If everyone's healthy?
If everyone's healthy, and that includes DeMarcus Cousins come playoffs.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. No, I don't think so.
No.
It's interesting for sure.
I don't either.
I mean, Jimmy Butler's a top, 15 player, 20 player?
Easily top 20, probably top 15.
No, it'd be interesting for sure, but I think by the time they would face each other in the playoffs, the Warriors would have figured out how to integrate DeMarcus Cousins, and that would be a problem for Houston.
All right, we'll get Dave Richard on. We're gonna, when we get closer to the start of the season, and we start doing our previews, we'll have a long conversation about these Warriors and what's going to happen this year. I think kind of what I'm adopting in my head is two things. Number one, I have no expectations for the Kings other than they're going to win about 20 to 22 games, and I'm looking for growth, and I'm looking for the youth to play a lot. That's number one. Number two, as a sports historian, somebody who's going to be old and thinking about sports, I think what you're about to see here is and forget about the peripherals, forget about the politics, and forget about how unfair it is or fair it is. You're about to watch a season with the greatest NBA team ever assembled. You're about to watch a season where you have the greatest NBA team
if they're
ever.
all healthy.
And of course, that's the great equalizer, and you can say that for any team.
Sure.
But on paper, they are the greatest team ever assembled, and you just kind of have to sit back and understand that, realize that they're going to win the championship, much like we did at this time last year. They're going to win the championship, and you have to find interest in other aspects of the NBA season if you're not a Warrior fan.
I would like your analysis on this while I call Dave. The reason I think the Warriors will beat the Rockets with a healthy DeMarcus Cousins is because of what DeMarcus Cousins offers as a three-point shooter, pulling Clint Capella out of the paint, and opening more things for the Warriors inside, where the Warriors don't have to rely so much on the three ball. And I think DeMarcus Cousins is going to be a huge addition to their offense and the next evolution of their offense. I would like your analysis.
I think you're right. And I think DeMarcus Cousins is going to be just fine. People worry about DeMarcus with the Warriors. I think what you're going to see is something. Get Dave on the phone with you. Kyle keeps coming back. No. I think on the one of the few serious times I'll talk about that, I think you're going to see the DeMarcus Cousins from the United States Olympic team on the Warriors. I think that's the DeMarcus you're going to see, surrounded by alphas, surrounded by all-stars, literally surrounded by all-stars. They're fielding a starting lineup at one point next year when he comes back, probably somewhere around January, February, and he'll be on a minutes restriction for a while. But you're going to see a very well-behaved, very motivated DeMarcus Cousins for many reasons. Long-term contract. He wants a ring. He wants to shed his reputation. And he's also surrounded by very, very good players, and he's also going to win. He's also going to win 80% of his games, if not better. I don't think you're going to have that problem. You're going to see a team that is going to start 5 all-stars, 5 reigning all-stars. That's the greatest team ever assembled. I hate it. It makes you want to barf. But that doesn't mean they're not the greatest team ever assembled. They are.
You weren't alive for the 1960s Celtics.
Oh, yeah, they would have owned the Warriors. Oh, no doubt. Joining us right now from CBS Sports. We had Sean Salisbury on in the last segment. One of the reasons why I love Fridays so much is that we go back-to-back with 2 of my oldest guests. And I don't mean old as in age. I mean old as in 2 guys that I've known and been on the air with a long, long time. You can follow him at CBS Sports and CBS Sports HQ on Twitter. Also follow him at Dave Richard. It is Dave Richard. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning, Dave. I hope you started some Vikings and Rams in your fantasy lineup.
Okay, so that's my first question for you, pal. Last night in one of my leagues, one of my money leagues, I had Cooper Kupp and his 44 points on my bench. And I will tell you in a second who I had that I started over Cooper Kupp. But my goodness, it's a tough thing to do because with teams like the Rams, and feel free to tell me I'm full of garbage here, but It's going to be Cooper Kupp. It's going to be Woods. It's going to be Gurley. It's going to be Brandon Cooks. It's so difficult to pick whomever. And now everybody next week, buddy, is probably going to be starting Cooper Kupp, and that probably includes me. And maybe next week he's got 3 catches for 80 yards. I started DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen, and Mike Evans. Now, let me ask you, going into last night's game, and I know you'll be honest with me, would you have also had Kupp on your bench, or would you have started him for one of those receivers?
100% would have been on my bench.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but you've got 3 really, really good receivers.
Yeah.
So I don't blame you. Like, if you have those 3 receivers and Cooper Kupp, I don't know if you need any other receivers on your fantasy team.
But
and maybe you start to load the other way toward running backs. But, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
this is the imperfection of fantasy football is you don't – you see a matchup on a short week against a good Vikings defense that you figure will be focused and certainly playing better than they did last week, and they just got destroyed. Like, you don't think Jared Goff has 5 touchdowns in him and over 400 yards. And against Minnesota, no one sees that coming, and so you lower your expectations for everybody. And you almost think that, well, Robert Woods has been making plays and Brandon Cooks has speed, so he can make some plays. Cooper Kupp, probably the least exciting of the 3, and it turns out that Cooper Kupp is the one who's making great plays. And you're going to hear a lot today and over the weekend over just how amazing Sean McVay is as a play caller and a play designer. It's true. And he proved it last night because he was using Kupp, Woods, Cooks to a degree over the middle of this Minnesota defense. He really laid out a blueprint about how to take advantage of the right people on that Vikings defense and put their defenders in a bind. And, yeah, I mean, it's really exciting. And I think what's really great about it is that Jared Goff is proving that he was deserving of being the number 1 overall pick. And he's not the guy that we all rushed him to be. Remember his rookie year, he was with Jeff Fisher.
Yeah.
It looked like he was a total nightmare. And now he's looking like one of the most productive quarterbacks to play in fantasy football. He's got 4 straight games with at least 20 fantasy points. He was great last year. No one gave him any credit. This is one of those fantasy in-season adjustments that you have to make. I wonder for you personally, Dave, knowing the receivers that you have, maybe you try and trade Cooper Kupp. How many more times this year do you think he's going to have over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns in the same game? I know you'll need a receiver for the bye weeks for your other 3 guys, but maybe now's the time, if you've got a weak spot in your lineup, you use Kupp as bait and you say, okay, this Rams offense is amazing. Come and get a piece of it and trade, and you sell high on Cooper Kupp.
You know, we always joke about me using you as a vehicle on this show for my team, but I think a lot of people are in similar spots like this. And before you think I'm some amazing drafter, the other side of the coin is my running backs are Alex Collins, Kenyon Drake, and Marshawn Lynch. I thought I got away with murder in the draft because I drafted Le'Veon Bell with my first pick. He's sitting on my bench, and we obviously know that story. And it gets really weak on my bench. I got Marquise Goodwin, John Ross, and Cooper Kupp as my backup wide receiver. So that's what my next question was going to be, is for people like me that have Kupp and went off. If you need that depth, and obviously I do at running back right now, is Cooper Kupp all of a sudden somebody you're looking to trade?
Absolutely, but it's a little different if you have Cooper Kupp and nothing else at wide receiver.
Sure.
Like, if that's the case, then, Dave, I don't see how you deal Cooper Kupp unless it's just like, you know, a deal that's too good to be true, because he is a fantasy starter. He's just not going to be as reliable, or certainly I don't think he'll be as reliable as DeAndre and Mike Evans and the rest of your receivers.
Dave Richards joining us right now. So last night, when you're looking at the Rams, as it is right now, and then we'll move on, I'm going to guess Gurley, Goff. Is there another offensive starter I'm missing on the Rams that for you, and obviously I know, Dave, it depends on depth, but that you're putting at a 1 or even at a 2, that's a start pretty much every week?
Cooks is going to be close to that, and I think Woods is probably more of a number 2. Same with Kupp. But as long as Sean McVay is calling plays, as long as Jared Goff has time to throw, man, all 3 of those receivers are probably going to be top 24 options moving forward. 44-11-40,
if you have a question for Dave Richard, also 339-1140. We'll start on the text line from the 916. Should this guy start Russell Wilson or Ryan Fitzpatrick? He also has Doug Baldwin. Should that affect his decision if Baldwin plays?
I don't think it affects your decision if Doug Baldwin plays. I would go with Fitzpatrick. I think he's got a higher ceiling. I know that the Chicago defense looks great, and they are great, but they've also allowed a ton of big plays to opposing offenses, including 4 pass plays of 20-plus yards last week to the Cardinals, 2 of them for touchdowns. And Fitzpatrick is kind of in that same boat as Goff, believe it or not. As long as he's got protection, he's got so many playmakers in his offense and a nice up-and-coming play caller in Todd Monken. I expect him to continue to make plays.
Yeah, there's 3 conversations Dave Richard and I have each and every season. One is playing in leagues with 2 quarterbacks. The other is snake drafts versus auction drafts. Good time for us to bring back something we cover each and every year, which is the philosophy on combos. A lot of people, they glide towards combos, meaning quarterback and that quarterback's receiver, because there's nothing better than a 50-yard touchdown from Goff to Kupp, and you've got both of them, and you get to watch your score just, roll up like you just won the jackpot. I've often steered away from those because I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket. I'll ask you again through the years where your opinion has evolved. Do you go out of your way for combos if it's an equal player situation, or do you avoid them?
It really comes down to the offense that they're in. If it's one of these high-profile, prolific, high-scoring offenses, I'm fine with it. Imagine having Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill on your team. That's awesome. You're going to start those guys, and it ultimately comes down to how confident you are in the player that you're starting. And if you're confident in the guy, you think he's going to do well, you've seen him do well, you're going to continue to put him in your lineup whether you've got a teammate or not.
All right, 339-1140. 1-800-920-1140. Let's go to a couple of calls here. Novell, you're on with Dave Richard from CBS Sports. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys. I'm in a PPR league. I need 2. I need Royce Freeman, Doug Baldwin, Boyd, or Mike Williams.
Royce Freeman, Doug Baldwin. Who were the other 2?
Mike Williams, Boyd, and Baldwin.
Okay. I don't know how much of that you got, but he needs 2 of those, Dave. Did you hear that okay?
I think I did. I think I'm sitting Baldwin there. Just his first game back, no guarantee how good he'll be or how effective he'll be against Arizona. I'm just not going to take that chance with him this week.
All right, let's go to Daniel. Daniel, you're on with CBS's Dave Richard.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Morning.
Got a trade offer for Patrick Mahomes or Dalvin Cook. I already have Tom Brady on my bench, and it's a 6-point passing touchdown league. A little weak at the running back.
Yeah, and I don't know if Dalvin Cook's going to help you with that either. Cook he was great last year, and so far this year, the offensive line hasn't done a good job blocking for him, and he hasn't done a great job. I'm kind of wondering why they even bothered using him last night when he only played 18 snaps. He had 10 touches. He didn't do a lot with it. I'm almost thinking you pass altogether on it and you look for a different running back to trade for.
All right, 339-1140. Devin, you're on with Dave Richard.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Morning.
I'm one of those owners that lost Jimmy Garoppolo, and I have Andrew Luck for a backup, and I picked up Joe Flacco. Who do you like this week, and I guess what are your thoughts about Joe Flacco moving forward from the season?
I'm going to take Flacco this week. I like his matchup against Pittsburgh, and I think the Ravens have really kind of embraced their identity as a passing team. It looks like John Brown's going to play. He missed practice earlier in the week. I have that exact same decision to make, and I'm going with Flacco. What I would do if I were you, I'd keep both quarterbacks and just sort of play the matchups for a while until one of them emerges. And once one of them emerges and the other one kind of fades, you'll know which one to go with the rest of the season.
Speaking of my Cooper Kupp being on the bench thing, somebody else texting in saying they had Jared Goff on their bench. They had Jared Goff on their bench and went for Aaron Rodgers this weekend. Obviously, we know what Goff did last night, but in hindsight, they want to know if they made a bad move.
Well, I mean, in hindsight, you made a bad move because you benched a guy that scored 5 touchdowns. What do you think it is?
Would you have made the same decision?
Moving forward, I think it's got to still be Rodgers until it's so clear that he's not the same and that Goff is like the new superstar in the NFL. But there's a lot of those guys. Patrick Mahomes is making a case. I would go with Mahomes over Rodgers this week, for example. And I'll tell you what, if Goff continues to play like this and Rodgers is just okay, then maybe we will come to a point where Goff is the better fantasy quarterback.
A lot of people, Dave Richard, asking about Matt Breida with the injury to Jimmy Garoppolo. How do you see him affected this week?
I don't hate him this week. I think he's going to be a number 2 fantasy running back, and it looks like Alfred Morris is in worse shape than he is. So there's a chance that Breida could be the primary, like almost every down back for the 49ers against the Chargers. That would be a good thing. I don't necessarily mind one bit about Breida as a number 2 running back. I think he'll be okay. He's not going to lead the NFL in rushing anymore. That's out the window with Garoppolo gone. Defenses are going to try and do a better job of containing him. But I'll still give credit to Kyle Shanahan as his play caller and putting him in position to do some good things.
Of course, a lot of these questions have to do with matchups, and Dave Richard doesn't know who else is on your team. But, for example, a lot of people asking as well about Amari Cooper. Is he still a start every week guy to you, or is it just too much to chance?
I'm worried about it because we've only seen him get a ton of targets 1 of 3 games this season. And we came into the year expecting Cooper to get a glob of targets every single week, and it just hasn't happened. So I would certainly be nervous. I'm downgrading him to a number 3 receiver moving forward.
Where do you have Deshaun Watson this week? Also a lot of questions about him.
Oh, yeah, I mean, top 6 fantasy quarterback. I've got him ahead of Rodgers, Fitzpatrick, Dalton, Brady, Stafford, Russell Wilson. He's ahead of those guys. It's a good matchup for him against Indianapolis.
All right. Isaiah Crowell or Powell?
I'll take Powell. I know that Crowell had the touchdowns last week. I'm thinking against Jacksonville, he doesn't find the end zone quite as easily. So Powell, by virtue of getting more yardage, is the better guy, and especially in PPR.
A lot of quick fire here for Dave Richard as we finish up. From the 916, traded Le'Veon Bell and Quincy Enunwa for Keenan Allen. Good or bad call?
I think it's fine. We don't know when Le'Veon Bell is going to come back.
Right.
I think it's fine that you got a player that probably would go in the 2nd round if we were drafting right now. So I say good call.
Are you almost, unless somebody just comes out of the blue thinking they know something, they got a relative in Pittsburgh that gave them some inside info, if you're a Le'Veon Bell owner, are you almost forced to write it out with him at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know that he'll come back at some point this season, but there are so many variables now. Forget about the trade happening. If he comes back and signs a center with the Steelers, are they going to use him? Are they going to lean heavily on him, or is it going to be kind of a 1-2 punch with him and Connor? Or are they going to say, no, dude, you bailed on us. You're going to be benched for the rest of the season? There are so many ways that this can play out. And that's why if anybody comes at me with a trade like that one for Le'Veon Bell, I'll take it. But outside of that, yeah, I'm just going to lick my wounds and deal with my dumb decision taking him in the 1st round.
Last question for you, and I feel for this guy. Deshaun Watson or Matt Ryan? I've been putting the wrong one in every week.
I'm going to go with Ryan. I really like what I've seen from him over the last 2 games. I think he continues to play well. His 3rd straight game at home, Dave, against Cincinnati, and the Bengals' 2nd straight game on the road. And I think Ryan continues to take advantage, and I think Calvin Ridley's a huge part of it. So Ryan, to me, is got a little bit more upside.
Yeah, I lied. The last question for you truly is people can hear your intelligence and your fantastic fantasy football knowledge on this program, but where can they hear about it all over the weekend?
I'm about to go live on CBS Sports HQ. It's the new live 24/7 streaming service from CBS Sports. If you've got Wi-Fi, you can watch it. It's going to be at 9 a.m. out there, about 40 minutes away from breaking down the rest of the Week 4 slate and talking a lot of daily fantasy. So if you're into FanDuel or DraftKings, you shouldn't miss it. That's it. That's 45 minutes from now on CBSSports.com, CBS Sports HQ.
Every single Friday, Dave Richard joins us throughout the football season at 8:05 to answer all of your questions and help you win your fantasy football league. Buddy, I appreciate you, and we'll talk to you in a week.
Thanks, Dave. Good luck in your leagues this weekend.
You too, pal. Take care. That's Dave Richard. And we will take a break. When we get back, hey, little Nostradumbass for you. We had such an amazing performance last week, especially me. Can we repeat it this weekend? I say no, but that's just because I'm a pessimist. We've got the Raiders, we've got the Niners, and then Kyle and I will each pick a random wild card game. We'll predict it, we'll record it, and we'll play it next week. Back in a couple. Sports 1140 KHTK.
Sports 1140 KHTK, your home of the Kings.
Here's Giles going for 3. Barely ripples the drive.
Sacramento knocking down multiple three-point shots. That's their fifth in 10 attempts.
The future is now.
Shovel a no-look pass. It's grabbed and scored that time by Harry Giles. That's the quick push and transition up the floor that has Kings fans smiling.
Sports 1140 KHTK, your home of the Kings.
Downtown Ford's huge 2017 model elimination sale is on, and we must get rid of every 2017 Ford by the end of the month. That means huge dealer discounts on the most popular Ford models like Explorer, F-150, Fiesta, Focus, and Fusion. All brand new vehicles at extreme elimination prices. If you want a brand new Ford on a pre-owned budget, this is the sale for you. Get all of the hot new safety features standard, like front pass sensing system and advanced track electronic stability control. And don't forget about all of the cool technology like sync communication and entertainment system, backup camera, and more. But hurry, there are only a few 2017 vehicles left during Downtown Ford's 2017 model elimination sale. And when they're gone, they're gone. Come see us today at 525 North 16th or online anytime at downtownfordsales.com. Downtown Ford, crummy location, great deals. With approved credit, not all buyers will qualify. Not available with special finance, lease, or other offers. See dealer for details.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. Lots of quarterbacks and coaches will be feeling the pressure this Sunday. Perhaps none more than the Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott and offensive coordinator Scott Linehan. Dallas has gained the third fewest yards and scored the second fewest points. Elsewhere, head coach Bill O'Brien of the winless Houston Texans has got to improve his game day performance. He botched a Week 1 replay timeout situation. His Week 2 call for an all-out punt block backfired, and his play calling against the Giants last week was lackluster to say the least. How about Chicago quarterback Mitch Trubisky? He's been behind schedule in mastering Matt Nagy's new offense. Trubisky promised a breakout performance soon. Arizona rookie quarterback Josh Rosen is feeling the heat as he gets his first NFL start, trying to get the Cardinals a victory as he faces Seattle. And finally, Oakland's John 0-3 Gruden can ill afford to lose at home to the Cleveland Mayfields. I'm Boomer Esiason.
CBS Sports Radio. Napa know-how.
Peak Long Life Antifreeze is just $8.99 plus a $5 mail-in rebate. It keeps your engine the right temperature, no matter how hot or cold it gets, so you can be ready for whatever crazy cold, crazy hot, or crazy whatever weather fall has in store. That's Peak Antifreeze, just $8.99 plus $5 rebate. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer ends 9/30/18.
I used to leave voicemails for myself because the only one I could trust to get something done right was me.
Hey, you, it's me. Remember to order safety goggles and grab some milk on your way home.
But now I use Grainger. Grainger's got the technical support you'd expect from America's #1 source for industrial-grade supplies. They're in the business of helping my business, so no more talking to myself. Now I talk to Grainger, because when it comes to keeping your business running, Grainger's got your back. Call or click Grainger.com to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Cache Creek Casino Resort is growing, and we want you to grow your career with us. Our new expansion means plenty of opportunities, so we're hiring for positions throughout our resort, including hotel, food and beverage, spa, and much more. As part of our team, you'll receive weekly paychecks, medical, dental, vision, 401k, paid time off, gas discounts, and more. Make your future part of ours. Join our team and be part of the best. Cache Creek Casino Resort. For full job listings, go to jobs.cachecreek.com.
In a world where moms and dads are busy, kids run rampant, and fitness goals fall flat, a hero rises. There is California Family Fitness, a building made of mostly ordinary materials. But what's inside is far from ordinary. Inside is a gym for families. Parents, kids, seniors, everyone. This is California Family Fitness, where fit means fun. And from now till Sunday, September 30th, you can join for $1 and get 1 month free. For details, call 877-JOIN-CALFIT or visit CaliforniaFamilyFitness.com today.
When you're buying a new or pre-owned vehicle, it's important to have all the facts. When you get to play with all the facts at your fingertips, you not only get the car you've been looking for, you get the deal of a lifetime to go with it. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
Rayleigh's in Bel Air sponsors this look at weather. Sunny and much cooler today. Only going to reach a high of 81 this afternoon, mid-70s for tomorrow. At Rayleigh's in Bel Air, get untrimmed tri-tip roast in the bag for just $2.97 a pound. And get yellow or white peaches and nectarines for only $1.97 a pound at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. However you eat, this is how you save.
Sports 1140 KHTK's coverage of high school football is presented by Wingstop. Listen every Friday night to the Wingstop High School Football Wrap-Up Show and get all the coverage on KHTK.com.
Now your sports update. Sports update. Powered by Mercury Insurance.
Hey, it's Kyle Madson with your top stories on Sports 1140. Believe it or not, this is the last sports update of the week. So RIP sports updates until next week.
Yeah, shout out all your updates during the week.
Shout out Monday. Dang, man.
What?
Shout out Tuesday.
Yeah. I think they get the point.
Vikings beat the Rams 38-31. Rest of week 4 starts Sunday. The 49ers hit the road. They're taking on the Chargers down in L.A. No Jimmy Garoppolo on that one. It'll be C.J. Beathard under center for the red and gold, while the Raiders come home to face Baker Mayfield and the Browns in Oakland, looking for their first victory of the year. Both kickoffs are at 1 o'clock. The A's didn't get any help from the Rays, who lost to the Yankees 12-1 yesterday, so the A's now need to sweep the Angels and have the Red Sox sweep the Yankees if they're going to host the wild card game next Wednesday. You can hear the first game of A's Angels right here on Sports 1140 tonight. Pre-game 6:45. First pitch is at 7:05. It's 8:32, and time to get to StocktonHonda.com anytime, anywhere.
Here we go. The drive continues now.
Wouldn't that be great instead of the wow? It was just... Replace all of Dave Draymond of Disturbed's screams with...
You want to try it?
Nope. I've already got the listeners mad enough at me for some reason. I don't know if that's true. Somebody's always mad about something. Very excited about sports this weekend. We got the NFL and the Ryder Cup. It's going to be a great weekend to make butt cheek implants on your couch. Just where you get up and it looks like a heart on your couch. Imprints.
I think imprints.
Not implants.
Is what you're...
Yeah, it's butt cheek implants on your couch. Would that be like implanting your couch with butt cheeks?
Yeah.
I don't think that'd be very... Actually, maybe a
Sofa
really comfortable...
butt.
Yeah. It'd be a very comfortable couch. You've got goose down, memory foam, and cheek. All right, let's do this. Nostradumbass, brought to you by...
Emojis.
Emojis. When you just don't have time to type out the words. Emojis. Try them today. Let's start with the Niners and Chargers. No Jimmy Garoppolo. This isn't going to be pretty, fellas and ladies. It's not going to be pretty at all. It'll be pretty if you are a Charger fan watching Melvin Gordon score 2 touchdowns. Ding. I'm already calling my dings for next week.
Okay.
It will be pretty watching Keenan Allen, who, if he plays, Mike Williams.
Is he going to play, Nostradamus?
I say Keenan Allen will play.
Okay.
He's going to eat up some yardage here. I think Phillip Rivers throws for a couple touchdowns. Gordon gets in for a couple touchdowns. Add in a field goal and add in 2 field goals for the 49ers. That's their offense on the day. Let's get 2 picks. 2 picks out of C.J. Beathard. 31-6, your final in San Diego. Kyle.
Yeah, I don't think this game's going to go very well for the 49ers defense. I think their offense moves the ball a little bit better than we're expecting. Matt Breida will play and have a good game behind that good offensive line. C.J. Beathard will be a little bit better, but it's not going to be nearly enough. I don't think the 49ers defense will get a ton of stops. I think Phillip Rivers throws for 3 touchdowns, and I think C.J. Beathard maybe gets 1. Yeah, I think C.J. Beathard gets 1. I think Matt Breida gets in the end zone. I think the 49ers lose 31-17.
You know, it's interesting with Matt Breida this year and still trying to figure out, is he for real? Is he not? Is this guy a bell cow type of running back and all that? But just let me throw something at you. Let's say Matt Breida is for real.
It's not going to hit me. There's glass.
And let's say he has a great rest of the year, and then he starts off a career, which I know I'm being silly here, but it's a Hall of Fame career.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point they go around to naming awards for different positions and all that. If one day they have an award named after him, would they call it the Breida's Cup? Raiders, Browns. I already told you today and yesterday and the day before, you're going to see the Oakland Raiders get their first victory, and you're going to see Amari Cooper get loose. Not 1, 2 touchdowns for Amari Cooper. You had Jordy Nelson one week. You had Cook the other week. You're going to have Amari Cooper get loose this week. I like Marshawn Lynch for a touchdown as well. I'm not going to blow him out. This is a better Browns team, but I think the Raiders are going to win this game comfortably. I'm going to go 35-21. Give me a Baker Mayfield touchdown. And hell, just because I like the kid, give me a Nick Chubb touchdown as well.
Yeah, I think the Browns are going to move the ball very efficiently against the Raiders, but I think the Raiders' backs against the wall. They don't want to go to 0-4. The Browns are going to have a little bit of a post-win hangover. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I think it's going to be a very real thing. Some of the emotion has worn off, and I think the Raiders are able to move the ball against a pretty good Browns defense, and I think Oakland actually closes it out. I think the Browns take an early lead, but the Raiders end up doing the coming back this time, and they ultimately win by 10 points. I think the Raiders win 27-17.
Before we get to our final game here, from the 916, Dave, you're driving my cat nuts with your dumb cat noises. Find something else, please. No problem. All right, let's move on. Final game. Shout out to Cat. Served us well. I'm going to take my first wild card game. Why are you smiling? You're the cat guy. Hold up the crying emoji.
Because that was a funny bit. That was a good bit.
Thank
and a
you.
cat didn't. Hey, no cats were actually harmed in the making of this show.
No real cats were harmed in the making of this program.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kyle Mastodon. All right. From the 5-0, when Matt goes to Taco Bell, he orders a Burrito Supreme. Come on. Look what you started.
Hey, if he wants filtered water, does he run it through a burrito pitcher?
If he has dirty clothes, does he take it to a laundry mat burrito? If someday he has like 14 kids, do you look at him and go, gosh, that is Matt Breida? Nailed it. Let's go with our wild card game of the week. By our, I mean my, and that's the Steelers and Broncos. Mile High.
Nope, that's not who's playing.
What did I say?
You said Steelers and Broncos.
Okay, and by Steelers and Broncos, obviously I meant the Chiefs and Broncos. Everybody knows
right,
that.
Yeah, I just wanted, just in case somebody out there was too dumb to know that.
Yeah, everyone knows that. When I say Steelers, I mean Chiefs. Chiefs going into Mile High, taking on the Broncos. This is where I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have a little hitch in his giddy-up. Nothing terrible, but I think he's going to throw for 2 picks. I think he's going to have 2. Yeah, right. Dun, dun, dun. Give me 2 picks and 2 touchdowns. 2 picks and 2 touchdowns for Patrick Mahomes. But give me 2 Case Keenum touchdowns.
So he's going to have 2 picks, or 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Thumbs up and thumbs down.
Case Keenum is going to find Demarius Thomas. Case Keenum's going to find Cortland Sutton. That's a receiver I like as well.
Out of SMU,
I like Cortland Sutton. I like Cooper Kupp, and I like Calvin Ridley. I think we've got a nice little crop of receivers going right now, young receivers. Give me a Royce Freeman touchdown as well. Brandon McManus will factor in this game quite a bit. That's 3 touchdowns. Let's add in 3 McManus field goals.
Wow.
That's 32. Give me a Bucker field goal. 30-17. Broncos.
Wow.
30-17.
Kareem Hunt, a non-factor. Wow, that's pretty incredible. And if Pat Mahomes is turning the ball over, I think we do see that result because the Chiefs' defense won't be able to pick him up. My wild card game this week. Where'd they go? What are we doing? I'm going Bucks-Bears. I think this is where Fitzmagic officially runs out. We saw it a little bit last week with his 3 interceptions, 1 for a pick 6. But this Bears defensive front is no joke. With Akeem Hicks and Khalil Mack, you have Roquan Smith roaming around, and I think they really stick it to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's defense is not very good. I think Mitchell Trubisky's going to be able to take advantage of that. He's going to be a little bit better this week. I think we get 2 Allen Robinson touchdowns. I think Jordan Howard gets in for 1, and I think the Bears walk away with a 24-13 win.
Do you think if he started a kids program to encourage the intake of literature, you call it the Matt Breida Rainbow?
Thumbs down. People need to watch so they can see our emoji uses. KSHK.com.
Matt Breida.
If he was, when he wears really nice pants, is he slacked Breida?
If he was a Beatles song, would he be Lovely Breida Meet a Maid?
Jeez.
We'll take a break. Are you guys going to have this segment during the NBA season predicting possible Kings outcomes? Yeah. Kings play tomorrow night. Your thoughts? They'll lose.
You guys don't want Dave's. You guys don't want Dave's Nostradumbass.
No, you don't. All right, Kings go ahead. This weekend they've got 2 games. Your thoughts, Dave? Well, they're going to lose, and then they're probably going to lose. I guess we could do it where we predict like individual player games.
Yeah, for sure. Isn't that what Matt George is going to do with his?
I think what we should do is we should have the listeners play me all year long, and I set Dave's line on the games. I'll set my own line on the games.
Ooh.
So like when we go play the Warriors, I'll say Warriors minus 24.5. Just to see. Then people just vote on which one they'd take. I'll set my own line.
Hey, if he was a Mexican artist, would he be Breida Kahlo?
Who's that?
You're the worst.
I don't understand that at all. Nope, not doing it. We'll take a break. When we come back, now I'm thinking about Matt Breida stuff. When we come back, we'll do What's on Tap, finish out the show, and I want to remind you again about the contest we have going on all week into next week, where you could get a Blu-ray player and maybe even a brand new TV.
We also have Sac Republic tickets to give away, so call during the break.
What game is this
Sac
for?
Republic tickets.
What game?
I just want to be very clear. It's Sac Republic tickets we're giving away at this break, callers 3 and 4. A pair of tickets to see Sac Republic take on Portland.
Biggest game of the year.
Biggest game of the year against Portland this Saturday, and Swope Park Rangers next Wednesday at Papa Murphy's Park. So that's right, 2 tickets to 2 games. Callers number 3 and 4 right now. 800-920-1140, 339-1140.
Call right now. We'll take a break. We'll come back, finish out the show right here. Our favorite kind of cheese is brie. KHTK. Damn it.
It's that time. Text the word SCORE to 441140 and enter the Home Theater Company code word of the day for your chance to win a Samsung Blu-ray player. And 2 lucky winners will get brand new televisions. Listen and win all week, courtesy of Home Theater Company. Get more information at KHTK.com. Sports 1140 KHTK has made your mornings even better. Check out The Drive every morning on KHTK.com to not only hear the show, but to see the show as well. The Drive is now video streaming every morning from 6 to 9 on KHTK.com. All presented by the Sacramento Republic FC and by Jiffy Lube.
I got it. If he was a massively quotable line from a classic Mel Gibson movie, would he be Breida? Thank you. Thank you. God, I'm so proud of that. Hey, I'm also proud of the Ram Power Days going on at Hoblet Ram. Take up to $12,000 off MSRP on select 2019 Ram 1500 trucks. Save up to $18,000 on select 2018 Ram 1500s. That is the number 1 Ram truck dealer in all of California based on July sales. The only Ram truck center in the Sacramento Valley. Full service Ram dealership. Never any hassle. Never any pressure. And that's why they're the J.D. Powers Customer Service First Award for Excellence recipients. Yep. 7 minutes from the airport, right there in Woodland. Check them out online at hobletdodge.com. And for an extra $1,000 off the deals I already told you, Just do me a favor and you tell him your good buddy, Carmichael Dave, sent you.
Have you heard the expression that knowledge is power? It's definitely true in the criminal justice system. I'm attorney Darren Kavanoki with your 1-800-NO-CUFFS Legal Minute. Here's 3 quick tips to help protect your legal rights. First, the right to remain silent only helps if you exercise it, so please shut up. Next, if police want to search you or your stuff, consider just saying no. You don't have to consent. And if you're stopped for suspicion of DUI, think about politely declining those roadside gymnastics like standing on one leg. Did you know those tests are optional? The police won't tell you, but you don't have to do them. The more you say, the more you do, the better the chance you're leaving in handcuffs. Repeat after me. I'd love to, officer, but my lawyer would kill me. Please call 1-800-NO-CUFFS. The real pro tip is to put 1-800-NO-CUFFS on speed dial now, because no one looks good in handcuffs. Unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
Toyota Tacoma and 4Runner are the most respected trucks on the road or off it. And now you can save big with amazing deals. Get to your Toyota dealer for $1,000 cash back on Tacoma and 4Runner. Get yours, and the fun won't have to end just because the road does. Wouldn't it be nice to hit the trail in your new Toyota? Cashback is available through TMNA and must be applied to transaction. Excludes TRD Pro. Offers end 10/1/18. Toyota, let's go places.
Years of drought, millions of dead trees, extreme winds, and leading scientists say there will be even more dangerous fires in the years ahead. Our weather is changing, and we all need to work together to get ready. Hi, I'm Lisa Velis-Waweru from PG&E. At PG&E, we are accelerating our forest management work in high fire threat areas, removing dead trees and trimming vegetation back 12 feet from power lines. As part of our community wildfire safety program, we are implementing additional safety measures to further reduce wildfire risks, including a 24-hour wildfire safety operations center, new early warning weather stations, and stronger power lines in high fire threat areas. And we want to make sure you know what steps you can take, like cutting back vegetation around your home, having the right emergency plan, and signing up for safety alerts. For more information on how to keep you and your neighborhood safe, visit pge.com/wildfire safety.
Dierks Bentley Mountain High Tour. With special guests, Brothers Osborne and Lenko. Saturday, October 6th, Toyota Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Dierks Bentley. Pre-order the new album, The Mountain, now at Dierks.com.
Paul Blanco Kia knows how to get people with challenged credit approved. And when banks compete, you can use Kia's giant factory rebates for your down payment. Paul says, use the down payment you saved and spend it on yourself. Let banks compete to lower your rate at paulblancokia.com.
It's the end of the show, but it's the start of your workday. For a cold one, it's What's on Tap. Here's What's on Tap.
All right, let's start with the Ryder Cup. As we've been saying all day, if you've been missing us talking about the scores, if you've been missing us putting them in our updates, that is not an accident. That is not an oversight. A lot of you guys, unless you stayed up all night last night, and I'm guessing you didn't, you DVRing the thing. Now, I don't know what the rest of the station's going to do, and I can't help you with Twitter. But we're not going to tell you the scores of what happened the night before. Now, Monday we'll be talking about the whole weekend, obviously. But we're going to keep that quiet. Just know Ryder Cup today, Golf Channel has your coverage there. Your Oakland Athletics final series of the year. Unless they beat the Yankees, then I guess they'll have more playoff series. Yep. But they start tonight versus the Angels. Do you think baseball, is there something to baseball ever going to a flex schedule to end the year? It's just a kooky idea that I'm sure is horrible, but I'm just throwing it off the top of my head. For example, what if the Yankees and A's were playing each other this weekend? You could flex it out, and baseball reserved the right to flex schedules around. Now, I guess you couldn't. There's too much stuff going on in arenas and stuff, but man, I'd love it if that was happening.
That'd be pretty neat.
That'd be cool if it was A's Yankees this weekend. A's need to sweep them.
Yeah, but then it gets really boring if the Yankees win game one.
I know. Then nobody's playing.
And then they're playing each other again in 3 days. Okay, so I have a couple of things to do here.
Dodgers-Giants, by the way. Dodgers at the Giants, 7:15 first pitch.
So one of the winners for the Sac Republic tickets could not go. So we have two more. I know. Don't. You know what? Don't.
Why would you?
I had just gotten in the car and heard you were giving something away, so I called in hoping that it would be something that I could go to.
Okay.
So that's fine. They shot their shot. They bricked horribly. It's fine.
That's fine. Appreciate the effort.
Yeah, and the honesty.
And the honesty. That's a great point. Instead of just taking it or, and then not going.
Right.
Don't be that
So
person.
saying, hey, give it to someone who can go. So we have 2 more tickets to give away to see Sac Republic take on Portland this Saturday. Swope Park Rangers next Wednesday at Papa Murphy's Park. First caller. Just whoever calls in first. I'm going to grab
I'm going to tell you something about that game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Biggest game of the year.
Some people have said that.
Biggest game of the year, Republic and Portland. This is going to decide more than likely a home playoff berth for one of those two teams, as they are right there in the standings at 4 and 5.
I have a preview of what Portland's going to look like after the game.
What? Oh, with your if you're watching on the video cast.
Bang.
You're seeing Kyle hold up a crying Jordan. Want to remind you,
we stayed topical with the jokes here.
We should thank the Sac Republic Football Club for sponsoring our video cast, along with our good friends at Jiffy Lube. KH2K.com, top right corner. You also can scroll down on a phone or tablet. Oh, and by the way, there's a little tab on there now where you can now watch archived video shows. You guys have been asking about this a lot. It is here. You can now, much like you can stream on-demand audio off the app. Now, this isn't on the app, but it's on the KHTK YouTube channel. If you missed any of the show and you want to watch it video-wise, or you're wondering about some of these video-only things we're doing, you can now go right there in our wonderful digital department, put all that stuff together. You can now watch it on demand. You just fast forward with your little finger on the little YouTube button. All right, so in addition to the A's, and by the way, that game right here on the Sporty 1140 at 7 o'clock. We've got Browns Raiders. That's Sunday, at 1:05. And then 1:25 kickoff down in Los Angeles. The Chargers take on the 49ers. The Chargers favored by 10. By 10. That is the largest line of the week. A one-legged Aaron Rodgers is only favored by 9.5 over the Buffalo Bills, and I'm sure a lot of that was the Bills and what they did to Minnesota. You know, it makes me think, I don't know this because I don't cover the Bills. I wonder if Buffalo stayed in that area over the weekend. Buffalo's not a tremendously long flight from Minneapolis, but Minneapolis and Green Bay not too far from each other. I wonder if the Bills stayed in that area or they went home. Let's find that out, Crack Team research staff. We'll have an answer for you on Monday. As I mentioned, we will not talk about Ryder Cup results. What I will say, a couple of things to clean up.
Go ahead. Can I do my last thing real quick?
Please.
Just so I can be done with my obligations. Hey, text to win either a 40-inch or a 55-inch Samsung LED HD TV. Text the Home Theater Company's code word of the day, SCORE, to 441140 to enter. All winners will receive a Samsung Blu-ray player with a lucky 2 winning the brand new TVs, courtesy of Home Theater Company. More info at KHGK.com.
And we will be giving away those TVs Monday at 8:30 right here on this program. Live. So stay tuned for that. Serious note, out of college basketball, Sharif O'Neal, Shaquille O'Neal's son and a 4-star recruit at UCLA, will miss the entire season after doctors discovered a heart ailment that will require surgery. O'Neal told TMZ Sports he felt funny during team workouts this summer. UCLA doctors made him wear a heart monitor so he could push a button whenever he wanted to alert them. He said he pressed the button during one summer practice. Doctors later discovered the heart ailment that will force him to miss the upcoming season. He expects to return after a medical redshirt season in 2018-2019. So fingers crossed, knocking on wood, hope that surgery and everything goes well. And Sharif O'Neal has a long and awesome basketball career. All right, let's finish up with a couple of audio notes. Tony Romo, does he want to get back into playing? I don't know, but he said this.
I mean, I played much more hurt back in probably 13 and 14 than I would be now. Yeah, I mean, I'm healthy enough. That wouldn't be the issue at all, I don't think. That would be the least of my thoughts when it came to a decision like that, obviously.
Okay, so Dak Prescott comes out this week against the Lions.
Yeah.
They lose to the Lions. 34-13 at home.
No. Nope.
Okay, no. I'm not. Listen, let me finish.
Okay.
Does a Tony Romo return become the hot topic on all the talking head shows on national media? And does Jerry Jones come out? Or does Jerry Jones get asked? And we get the Jerry Jones, I haven't talked to Tony, but I'd certainly be open to him coming back. I think he's a great football player. Da-da-da-da-da.
I mean, it'll be a topic just because Cowboy fan, but not like a real topic.
So you don't think Jerry Jones addresses Tony Romo at all?
This week?
Like if the Lions or if the Cowboys get blown out at home by the Lions?
I mean, it depends on how loud it gets. If it gets loud enough, he will. But no.
Dude, it's happening.
Well, let me ask you this. Which is more likely? Tony Romo goes... I'm not saying either's likely. I'm saying, but which is more likely? Tony Romo goes back to Dallas or Tony Romo comes to San Francisco?
It goes back to Dallas.
Okay.
What do you...
What?
Get off the 49ers signing another quarterback.
Wouldn't cost... So what? They signed him to a one-year deal. They don't have to trade for him. It's unlike the other scenarios where they have to give up stuff for him.
Okay, so then they win 5 games. Or 6. Maybe. He has to learn the offense. No, stop it. It would way more likely that he returns to the Cowboys, and even then, I think it's a very small likelihood.
Or he comes back and leads them to a 12-win season in the Super Bowl.
My God.
What's up now? NFL's greatest hits. Tony Romo returns. I mean,
we have 20 seconds.
Have you heard him call a game before?
We have 20
he knows what the defense are doing.
Super
before.
hyped.
My thanks to Kyle Madson, Dave Richards, Sean Salisbury.
My thanks to you, Dave.
Hey,
I never thank you.
You don't. I just
always
say you're welcome. Eunice does a tremendous job behind the scenes, executive producer of our program. We'll see you on Monday. Jim Rome is next, right here on Sports 1140 KHTK. Bye-bye now.